What it do, my loves? This your girl, 5 Star Key, and this is 5 Star Readings LLC. First, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And always remember, a beautiful day begins with a beautiful mindset. Saint Michael, remove all attachments from me, all negative energy forms, all negative thought forms, all heavy energy forms, all intruders and mischief makers, all astral forces and dominants, all small demons and large demons, including succubus and incubus, all living humans who try to steal my energy or do me any harm. Find all humans in spirit who are lost around me and take them home. Remove all threads and bindings, all cords and ties, all chains and devices of any kind, all curses and hexes on any level, and all karmic patterns which are self-defeating, and karmic links that are no longer needed. Return me to my perfect energy now, please. And amen. All right. All right. So, I was just sitting here and I was just sitting here and I had pulled some cards out. I was like, wow. Because I was asking a question about a situation. And it's kind of like, I kind of was like, why isn't such and such coming around or whatever the case is, right? It's because somebody could have like created some type of new beginning or a family situation or hold on. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. Okay. So I was like, I was kind of curious as to, should I date a specific person or should I wait on a person or, you get what I'm saying? I was kind of confused, like, what's the delay on, love if love is real, right? But it's kind of like somebody could have had a son with somebody else. It could have been an earth sign. It could have been like a Capricorn towards Virgo or a Leo. Like it could have been we got a Pisces, Cancer, and then we got a Gemini here. So just say, for instance, if you could have been questioning like one of those Gemini, one, I don't know why I say Gemini, but one of those zodiac signs, you could have been questioning like, how come somebody isn't, coming around or whatever the case is. It's because somebody could have had a son with somebody. Somebody could have definitely, and something about, I don't know. It just could have been a good energy between one person and another. Maybe someone also was charming, or somebody liked maybe whatever about a person or everything about a person, or maybe somebody was just like a good charmer, but something. I feel like another reason why this person could have been distant, or a person was distant, like I said, a lover, an ex, or whoever the case is, or it could even been a friend. And you probably don't have no sexual relations with a friend, but it's like that friend knows that either another friend or a close relative or a family member married or had a kid with somebody that you feel like could have been your divine counterpart or something like that. You could have felt like somebody was your divine counterpart, and maybe another family member that you could have been close to had a kid with somebody. Or it was a secret that a certain person was dealing with a younger person because somebody was just having fun with a certain person. It could have been like a younger person. I don't know an age difference, but it was like a secret love situation. That's why I said if somebody wants you to be like, if somebody wants you to have like a secret affair with them, it's just kind of like you just gotta be mindful of who you having a secret love affair with, and you gotta be understand like why too. You get what I'm saying? Because maybe somebody has another wife or something. Because me personally, I don't see anything wrong with two people that have no outside attachments. They don't have anything to hide from each other. I don't see why two people that are adults, they're old enough. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't see why two grown people would want to hide their relationship. But that's only if, like I said, somebody has other things going on. What it do? All right, but now I'm gonna get a different energy because we got freshness here. So, like I said, I do feel like it is gonna be some good energy coming out. It's gonna be like, I mean, not good energy coming out, but good energy around. I feel like um, adventure awaits when it comes down to certain situations in life, business, career, resources. All right, I'm gonna get like one of each card just to um, feel the energy that's live now. So I'm about to just pull some. So I'm about to just pull some cards now. Make sure you like the video, my love. Alright, so I'm about to pull the cards now. And I'm about to see. Oh, it's right. And I'm about to see what's the energy. Alright. Alright, what is the message that I can bring for? Okay, we got seeing clearly again. What else? Yeah, community. Ease. Wow, it's like I said earlier. So now, I guess this is still some energy from the last reading or the last message. Okay, so it's given that a community is irritated because their harvest wasn't successful or something like that, or whatever harvest. Yeah, it was some type of stagnation in the harvest. All right, what else is the Yeah, we got courageous heart here. We got wisdom. What it do? What it do? All right. So the current energy. Okay. That is that was a great card that I needed to see. But anywho, okay. So the energy for right now is seeing things clearly, like a community. You could be seeing things like you could be seeing a community of people clearly, or a community of people could be seeing you clearly. I feel like it's bringing some type of ease to a situation. It's bringing some type of ease to a community, and the reason why is because see we have a courageous heart. It takes courage to follow your heart, especially when the path is unknown. Your heart knows the way. Trust it and let it lead you, your true destiny. So it's kind of like I said, following your like inner voice or inner vision. And I know some people would be like, when it comes down to tarot and things like that, some people would be like, well, why would I follow what tarot is saying? But I would only recommend, following the soul's journey if it makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you're on a soul's journey and you're not healing, or if you're not recognizing truths, or if you're not recognizing certain communities and people, places, and things for what it is, then it's kind of like, it's kind of like that's where I feel like fears come in at. Because it's also giving a situation to where, like, somebody is literally trying to put somebody on, like, a budget or something. I don't know. Something about a budget because somebody feels like somebody's careless or reckless with money or spending. But like I said, though, you could be seeing things clearly, or a community could be seeing things clearly, and it's bringing you some type of mental ease or emotional ease. Yes, we got the Justice card, and then we have the Five of Wands. Yeah, so somebody could feel like their competition could have been justified, or somebody could have felt like they was justified in their pettiness. Yeah, but it's like you know how you could be a rational thinker, a bold person. It's like somebody tried to harvest. It's so wild because when you got strong emotions, it's kind of like somebody tried to harvest your like emotions, like the way you can make people feel, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just say if you're the type of person you could cry just because, like, if you really like hurt or feeling some type of way, if you could cry and then other people could cry, it's kind of like somebody else was trying to like harvest your emotions, or the reaction that you give people, or something like that. And like I said, when it come down to me, I already saw like the copycat energy. I already saw the copycat doing that. You know what I'm saying? It was like when I would cry on my podcast or something. Like, I've been peeping this for over like a couple years now. But it's kind of like when I was on my podcast, The Notebook on Spotify, it's like the copycat person that was trying to replace me on YouTube. I was crying about something just because I don't know if it was like a good energy, the good message. It was just something I was emotional about. And then next thing I know, the other person was getting on YouTube like being, emotional, but I could tell that the person had just, looked at my video. You get what I'm saying? It's something about, yeah, I'm definitely seeing that. I don't know what's in somebody else's future, but I definitely have been seeing or hearing something about a cryptid pregnancy or mysterious pregnancy. But I do see that it's kind of like, but me personally, I don't like to sleep, like that anymore. But you already know what I mean. If like sleep bear or something like that. But yeah, that's only for the people that are interested in, in doing that. Yeah, that's for the people that are interested in doing that, like sleep, cause it be some weird. Have I seen the how? I don't know. But and also it's something about somebody could not want you to yeah, somebody could want you to like not conceive or something. Yeah, somebody wants you to like not be able to conceive. If you feel like you could be trapped in a situation to where like you can't have kids or something like that, but I feel like you can. It's like, you could be thinking that you can't have kids or something, but it's like you can have kids. It probably just like, you could be trapped in a situation now or feeling like that, but it's kind of like change something. Like it could be like change your diet or change certain habits. You get what I'm saying? It could be just like change something like that. Yeah, and then we got the justice card. So yes, it's kind of like change, certain eating habits or workout. Come on, these people are peons. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's like eat more green vegetables or eat more. How can I say, just healthy things. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm seeing. If you wanted to conceive, you probably can. Well, we manifesting great things, right? If you want to conceive, you can conceive. It's just like I said, change eating habits or change, like workout things, or a routine or whatever. Like be more healthier, be more fair to your stomach and the diaphragm area. Pay more attention to the stomach and the diaphragm. Uh, let's see. Oh, and the veins too. The stomach, the diaphragm, and the veins. But anyway, let's see. All right, so like I said, somebody is seeing something clearly. Okay, so a community, a community is burnt out on something. Oh, that was well understood. Okay, period. Period. I'm glad you understood what I'm saying. All right, you get what I'm saying. I'm glad because this is what I used to love to do, sit up here with my people. Okay, so a community could be burnt out on a situation. Yes, and the reason why a community of people could be burnt out on a situation is because you could be very adventurous, and that could irritate them. You know how some people could be telling you, yeah, go sit down somewhere or whatever, but it's kind of like it's kind of like you want to explore more because you don't believe what they're telling you. You get what I'm saying? And then since it's kind of like you don't believe what they're telling you, you explore more, and that's irritating them because your life could be getting better while their life is getting bitter because they would rather see you in a bitter energy versus in a better energy. All right, what else is gonna have to burn out for this community? Okay, so we got release judgment here. So it says holding on to judgment, whether it's of yourself or others, only clouds your vision. Release it and see the world in your path in its clearest eyes. So that's why a community could be burnt out because a community of people had clouded judgment. That's why we got the third eye. Man, all this stuff be making sense, I'm telling you. Because, see, that's why we got that third eye right here because you're seeing things clearly because a whole community of people could have, a whole community of people could have been judging you in a certain way. And it's kind of like I don't know if people was trying to like get people to be burnt out on what you was saying or what you was doing. Oh, silence is power. Yep, silence is power, but if you got a job, that requires you to talk, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? If you got a job that requires you to talk, what you gonna do? Sit there and be quiet? No. Silence is power, but when it come down to words, it's kind of like if I don't have anything good to say, then don't say. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. And me personally, when it come down to a spiritual journey, that's all I'm talking about. Who needs to know my income? I don't know. I ain't talking about nobody's income. But anyway, so we got release judgment here, burnout, and then community. Because like I said, it could be a community was hell bent on judging a person. It's kind of like putting in a crossfire, like survival tactics. It was just weird. I'm talking about a whole community that was working together to put you in a crossfire, trying to get you crossed up with this, crossed up with that, attached to that, attached to this. And it's kind of like when you started paying attention, when you started seeing things clearly, and you started realizing that a whole community of people, it's like the whole community of people, they was having the same judgment towards a specific person or a specific group of people. No, I send your energy right back to you. You're not gonna tell me that I'm gonna be angry in no storm. Like, why y'all? Like, that's how I know y'all be ops. Cause why do you want? Like, why are you saying that to somebody? Like, I return that negative energy right back to you, sir. Like, I don't. I refuse to accept that negative energy. All right, now let me get these other cards right here. All right, so the community burn out and then release judgment. Okay, so what's going on here with the community? Okay, so we got the Empress, Four of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. So it's given that like a community of people could know one thing. They have to release judgment when it come down to a situation because they could be burnt up or burnt out without with keeping up a lie. It's kind of like their story could be like getting mixed up or it's not making sense about what they're saying. Like stuff just doesn't add up. And it's kind of like you could be they could be holding on to just your energy, just like I said, the nurturing energy, the crowd that you can bring in. It's kind of like somebody could have been manipulating energy. I don't know why I said somebody could have been manipulating energies, and like the crowd that's supposed to, be holding on to you and supporting you was supporting and holding on to someone else that was in the group that was trying to cast judgment upon you. And then this Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords energy, when it come down to releasing judgment, is because other people know as well. When it come down to the truth or clarity, like logical things, because this is somebody who is the Queen of Swords is somebody who is very like logical and intellectual, like somebody that you can't really get over without a person really paying attention to what's going on. Because Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords is really like the person pays attention to what is going on. And then you got Empress, you got the Empress, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. So yeah, it's like, yeah, it's just literally like a community of people know that you are somebody that is truthful, honest, loyal, responsible, and reliable. And that is somebody in a group. Somebody in a group was trying to hold on to that energy. Yes, somebody was in the group was trying to hold on to that energy, and I feel like you could be at ease because you know now what is going on, because you can see clearly. Somebody could have even told like a soulmate of yours or somebody that probably wanted to have a kid with you. Somebody probably told somebody that wanted to have a kid with you that you couldn't have kids or something. Yeah, pillow talking. But I'm seeing at ease here because it's kind of like, it's good that you didn't have kid with a certain person. You get what I'm saying? I mean, everybody ain't, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't just in a rush to have kids with a person that they barely know. You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody's just not in a rush to do that. You got some people that want to ease their way into a relationship or to a family dynamic. You get what I'm saying? Instead of people that want to rush. But like I said though, if a um if a family dynamic or a love dynamic or whatever type of dynamic that you wanted is the dynamic is available. But it's just you got to watch it's a certain masculine energy or it's a certain feminine energy that is, on the outside of your world that wants to be on the inside of your world. And that person could want to trap you up as far as, not wanting you to have kids with other people, especially if that's a baby mama or a baby daddy or something like that. That person doesn't want you to have kids with anybody outside of them. So that's why it's kind of like it's kind of like you're gonna have kids with other people, but or another person, but you just gotta be mindful not to eat or drink certain things. You get what I'm saying? You just gotta like not eat or drink certain things around certain people. Yeah, because somebody's trying to change something. Somebody wants to probably like change something in your stomach, or they could have done this in the past. All right, what's the ease here about this group? Okay, so the ease about the group that you could be seeing clearly is that you knew it was some type of deception in regards to some type of control. It was some type of deception in regards to some type of authority, and maybe a mature man. A mature man was supposed to be mature and probably was supposed to be like helping a situation out or easing the situation, making a situation easier than what it was. But a man was not making a situation easier than what it was because he was a part of that group. And that's another reason why he was being deceptive, because maybe he got promised something with that angel card there. Maybe he got promised something, so that's why he was being deceptive. And that's what we couldn't see clearly. Wow, that is so wow. Yeah, we couldn't see clearly that man was being deceptive. He didn't have no intentions on balancing. Oh, damn, I don't know why I was stuttering. Oh, that could be the devil, child. Oh, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But yeah, that could be the reason why things wasn't balanced out for a long time, was because somebody was like a devil behind the scenes. Yeah. Oh, and I said bye bye. So it could have been like a wolf. It could have been like a wolf in sheep's clothing behind the scenes, being sneaky and deceptive. Yes, that makes total sense. Like, period. It was a wolf in sheep's clothing behind the scenes, making it harder for another person just so they can have it at ease. And it was something about a Sagittarius and an Aries was being real deceptive. Somebody was having new beginnings or taking new adventures with a person, and that was confusing you about, that could have been confusing you about who you was dating, or confusing you about the love of your life, and then they could have been blocking your other person off from you. Like, this could have just been some twisted stuff that group had going on, because you couldn't see what they had going on. You get what I'm saying? Wow, it's like you could. Okay, hold on.